Here we are once again, and we need to talk. So, I'm completely done with being here, and it's not a case of it's not a case that I've talked myself into a depression, because I'm aware I can do that to myself. It's not something that I was aware of, but I know that can happen, and I know when I'm doing it, which is how I know I'm not doing it now. I see things for what they are. I'm grateful, and I'm at one, and I'm not at one. I'm grateful, and I understand that I understand what I'm seeing, and I know what I'm seeing is true and correct, accurate. But at the same time, I'm not at one, because I'm not satisfied that I know so much but don't do anything with it. And obviously, day by day, daily interactions, I'm chatting with people, you know. Like, yeah, I smoke, but I'm speaking with people, you know. I'm talking to the people. I'm putting the message out there and, you know, raising the conversations and things like this, planting the seeds. And it's difficult, because on one hand, the reason I do what I do and have done what I've done in terms of public services and wanting to continue on with public services and not being able to, and doing the security as well, and even some of the stuff in Africa, in Kenya, in the slums. The whole reason for that is because I believe that everyone should just be able to do what they want to do. And, you know, you have a patch of land, and whoever's born on that land gets looked after, you know. And it's not fair in the bigger picture, because some land is better than others, but better than others. I think there's all basic needs that we should have. So one of the consistents in the conversations I'm going to have with you is food, water, and shelter. These are basic human needs. As humans, regardless of where we're living, what time in civilization, we've always needed this. Each other as well, as much as you may hate people, because even when I've been traveling with the cave situation and meeting all the hippies and the backpackers, and it's like they've all escaped and want to be free, and want to be free of the system, and they don't want to be involved, you know. But then now they have their freedom, they want to be with other free people, which is what I would say about human nature. You know, they naturally want to be with people. They're still with people, but just with people that are like-minded to them, you know. And you're not tied down or attached in a way that burdens you, that makes you feel like you're not able to do what your heart wants you to do, because the people around you, you know, everyone's very supportive and encouraging, and, you know, what I would say, they don't give a fuck. But no, they just allow you to make your own choice, you know, and they don't burden you with other choices that have nothing to do with what you're trying to do, you know. I really want to blurt it all out, you know. I know this, I've been here, and they live like this, and, you know, people do it this way, and it's so much better, and it's like, for example, I think of it on a global scale with countries, and how we can have global improvement, because that's what we need. We need solutions for global improvement. We can't just have one pocket that's nice. Okay, yeah, start out in your own community, which is what I did as well. I'd volunteer at the youth center, because like I say, I left school at 14. So it's not to say that I wasn't doing anything. I just didn't agree with the mainstream education system. So yeah, do stuff in your own area, do your bit in your own community. Don't be like, why would you go and help another country when there's people on your own doorstep that are standing outside Tesco's that want food? Why are you not making food for them? And why are you not donating money for them? It doesn't make sense to me that you wouldn't help out your own country first before you start donating. And that just is a no-brainer, really, but it doesn't always work out that way. But for me, that's what I did. This is what I'm saying. I was doing what I'm talking about. But overall, we need global solutions. Grassroots level, yes, but also global solutions. If you're wrong, nah, sorry. If an entire country this is what I mean. There's too many thoughts. What am I trying to say to you? I get caught up in the details and I forget that, because I like to think on the bigger picture, but I also like to include the small-minded people. But then this is what I'm getting at. I'm getting very angry with these small-minded people because I'm trying to build your picture of how it all fucking starts. And that was an ambulance as well. Did not want to scratch it. But I'm trying to build a picture for you. I'm very much of this is right, this is wrong, and that's not the correct way to say things. Because I lose a lot of engagement because people have ego and they go, oh, well, you've hurt my feelings now, so I don't want to listen to you because you said I was wrong. And it's like, it's okay to be wrong. Some people, I'm wrong all the time. Like, that's what I mean. Fucking stop it. Just fucking grow up. Stop being so fucking weak. Like, just don't be weak. It's as simple as that. Like, you cannot be weak. Like, there's no other way to put it. I'm trying to be delicate, but I can't. I've had enough of being here and don't worry, I'm fucking going. So don't be like, oh, we'll leave then, because I am leaving. But this is my point. I'm trying to fucking talk to you and let you know what's going on. And I'm trying to explain to you and give you a chance to fucking get out and fucking wake up and do something with your fucking life. And I feel like it's my responsibility, and it's not. Like, it's not my responsibility. Like, I've done my bit. My time is up. I've really tried. I've really tried. It's not up to me. People should live their life if they want to. If they want to stay in the country that they're in, England, whatever European country you're in, and you're happy to just be brainwashed, be lied to, be poisoned by the food that you're eating, if that's what you fucking want, then okay. But I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I spent 10 years of my life in service, looking after other people. 4 years of that, excuse me, 4 years of that service was with St John's Ambulance, 1 year with the fire service, and 4 years with the police, with Sussex Police. And then I done 2 months abroad at the British High Commission at the Embassy, Foreign Office, and that was a direct internship for the British government in Ghana, in Accra. I wanted to be an actor. I was at drama school, and I would only go to drama school part-time because it was expensive, but I wanted to go, so my mum paid for me to go. And then when I was at school, towards the tail end of me being at secondary school, we had a police liaison officer come in and do a talk on the police and drugs and weapons and stop search and police cars and all of this stuff. And it really piqued my interest, and I always liked helping people, but I don't know, I just also liked the rules, you know. My autism is just very much of the rules, and if people broke the rules, it would really fuck with me, because I couldn't understand how you could break the rules and how you could lie as well. How could you say something that's not true? You know, me as an adult, I don't like lying, but I can also understand the concept of lying, and I have lied, you know. But me as a child, I could not lie. I couldn't. I remember the first time I told a lie, I think I was maybe 11 or 12, but I didn't realize I told a lie. And then when I consciously told a lie, I was 15, and my mum asked me, why did you lie? You never lie. And I said, because I didn't realize it was so easy, because at that point I was in so much trouble and I just didn't want to be in trouble. So I lied, and I went against my moral judgment, and it was a massive thing for me to do. I was so scared about it. But I said, yeah, I didn't realize it was so easy, because it was like, don't lie, So I was like, okay, you must never lie, don't break the law. Okay, you must never break the law, Why am I telling you this? I tell you this because when you put your life in service, it could be anything, whether it be police, fire, ambulance, coast guard, the military, the Air Force even. Like, there's loads of different, the government itself, city, local council, city council, intelligence, security, national security, state security, like private security, even some politicians. You believe in service to the country, and this is something that's branded around, it's your duty, but it's more than that. It's more than that. It's duty, yes, but you care. You have to be a certain type of person to know that you're gonna protect people regardless. They've chosen to live on this patch of land. On this patch of land, you have an infrastructure, and you've chosen to keep that infrastructure going at cost to your own life, both metaphorically, physically, mentally, socially, everything. Literally, you pay with your life, whether that means death in a combat situation, or a firefighter going into a burning building, or whether that means you work in an office but you're in service to the people and you're making sure that things are done for the benefit of the people that you serve. So therefore you're going to have loads of overtime, loads of sleepless nights. You're not going to see your family. You're not going to have a social life. Any social life you have is all going to be work colleagues, and your social time is in the break room, or it's walking to work, or it's walking back from work, or it's at a briefing because you've got downtime but you can have a chat beforehand. It's completely different to, oh yeah, let's go out, because you're 24/7. Like, you give your life to service. And this is the thing of, like, when I talk about these things and I talk about my own experiences, I'm not bragging. It's not me trying to show off and, oh, but I've done this and I've done that. It's because I want you to understand, like, so you can live your life and not think about the conversations that I talk about and have the conversations that I want to have. Like, so you can live in your bubble. There are people that give their life in service. When you pick up your phone and you just simply make a phone call, forget social media or anything, just simply picking up your phone to make a phone call, how do you think that happens? Like, what do you think happens? When you switch on your light in your house, how do you think that happens? Like, do you just think you just turn on the light? Oh, well, I've paid money randomly to a bill, so therefore I switch. No, how do you think that happens? Don't. That's what I mean. And this is where we get detached from the human effort. I mean, now it doesn't really matter so much about human effort because we're going to have robots doing everything. But now it still does matter. We've still got another 10 years before what I'm talking about completely is irrelevant. And it's like I'm talking about the Victorian age and I should just let it go. But how do you think that you get anything? How do you think that you can go into a supermarket and there's food? How do you think that happens? If you live in an area where you can walk the streets at night and not have to worry about getting robbed, how do you think that happens? If you live in an area where there's a high crime rate and you cannot leave your car unlocked because it's going to get robbed, and you live in an area where there's lots of gangs and knife crime, I would look at your city and I would say, it's a real shithole. And you'd say, no, it's just, yeah, it's bad, but, you navigate through it and you get used to it. And there's bad spots everywhere. That's another point that people throw out there. But you function. Because when you think about it, even if you live in a rough area, it's only in concentrated places. It only is certain times. I mean, yeah, sure, anyone's a target in some places that I've been to. It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, like everyone just gets it, one way or another. Which is kind of good because that's equality, that's how it should be. But how do you think it happens that everything doesn't just descend into chaos? Because it's already a high crime area. So how do you not just have a militia of some sort or some, super villain? I mean, you do in those areas, it's your local council. But if we're thinking pro government, how do you think you get anything? How do you think you can drive from one side of the country to the other without any problems whatsoever? And don't talk to me about toll fees or congestion charges because it doesn't count. You can drive. I'm in Brighton right now and I've driven all the way up to Manchester and I could drive beyond, but that's just as far as I've been personally in a car that I've driven myself. But I can drive from one. How do you think that happens? That you can just get in your car and just drive across the country. You can just drive across town. How do you think that happens that you can just drive across town? Do you not ever think that? Like how do you think so you can just sit on your phone and scroll and take in all the bullshit programming? How do you think that happens? So you can just sit in your bed and just say, oh, I don't want to think about it. Oh, it's not my problem. It's not my job. All I've paid bills. How do you think that any of what you have, your entire existence, how do you think it happens? And I'm talking to the people who don't want to acknowledge that something is not right. Because when you give your life in service and your efforts are turned into bullshit by the exact same people who are employing you to do the job, it's very difficult to stay noble and quiet and just eat shit. And what's even more difficult is to watch the people who you want to protect eat shit and know they're eating shit. But at the same time, you cannot infringe on their rights to consume shit, because that's their free will. But when your free will is manipulated by powers who should be looking after you and who you think are looking after you, it's very frustrating. And that's why I get upset, and that's why I get emotional. For me, the decision has been made. The decision has been made. I will do my best to be true to myself. I'm trying to break away from constantly being a slave, but then there's people in my life at the moment who are teaching me how to benefit from social media and all this technology and shit like that. That's what I mean by slave. Like, there's people that are teaching me how to benefit and how I'm not going to be a slave, but I can still get the rewards. And I say that because I may not even upload sometimes, you know. I may not upload sometimes, but know that I'm living my life and I'm okay. I'm not turning terrorist. I've got no religion. As I said, I'm not turning terrorist. I've got no religion. I'm still very much English. You know, I was born here, born in London. You know, lived in Brighton since I was young. Lived in Bristol also. But I just can't do it anymore. I can't continue to be here. Like, I'm not gonna be joining no militia. Like, yeah, sure, I'll slag off the government, but I'm not gonna act on it. I will, but in my own way. And it won't be through violence. It's not gonna be through violence. I also want you to know that I'm out here talking to the people and letting them know and educating them about another way and ways to live and more beneficial for the mind and how to actually disconnect and really live life and not be sucked in and how to escape and just I'm out here. Sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna remove my ego. We are out here because there's a lot of us and we're out here for you. Wherever you go, we're always around. Ready to show you. But you've got to be willing to make the first step. Because there's some that will let you make your own choice, and there's some that will force you. I'd like to think I don't force people, but I can be very passionate and strong with my views. And it can put people off, and I've upset people and traumatized people. And my people would say it needs to be done. You know, sometimes you have to shake them up a bit, you know, not physically, but you have to shake them up. But I feel bad, you know, I feel bad because like, I don't want to have to fucking start. You don't want to see me like that. You should just be able to take me like this, and I should be able to sit down and speak to you. This is how I want to do it. I don't want to have to fucking go ape shit. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to. And I won't. So what I'm saying is, thank you for your support as well. I don't want to not acknowledge your support. I know you're supporting me. And it does keep me going. Like, it keeps me going. But then sometimes I feel guilty because I'm not uploading, you know. But whenever I've got something to say, I would always say it, you know. Sometimes if that's in video form, it's always, it takes a bit of time for me to get it off my chest. But yeah, overall, you'll hear from me eventually. This has been a really deep video. It's an important video. This is the thing about videos. You can never really understand the emotion that comes with them and the feelings as to why I'm saying what I'm saying. But this is another thing about videos, is that it's like if I film stuff, it's like you can see for yourself what I'm talking about, but then it's like then my intentions wrong? Because, like, you know, I'm just filming to be like, oh yeah, see, told you, and it's like that's not what I'm trying to do. But this is what I'm saying. If it's that apparent, then surely you must be asking questions. Something ain't right. Like, this is the last resort for me. Like, I'm not trying to put myself on fucking YouTube crying and fucking rambling. That's not. But it's not about me. Like, it's not about me. Is what I'm fucking saying. It's not about me. We're out here. I'm doing my bit, yes, but we are all out here. And I want to say thank you to my people for revealing themselves to me. Because sometimes it's easy, I'm very open with how I am, in real life, this is how I am. So it's very difficult to hide how I feel. But some people, it's very difficult for them to open up and speak these sort of things, and then they've revealed themselves to me. And I really appreciate that. Because it also lets me know I'm not alone, And if you're staying in England and you get what I'm saying, but life happens, life happens. So sometimes you have to just stay where you're supposed to be, because life can be difficult. But to my people that are watching this, I want to say, don't kill yourself. Don't do it. Don't kill yourself. Whether that means you take your own life so you're not breathing, or if that means you intentionally do things which you know will slowly be the cause of your demise and ultimately death, but it will be very slow and very gradual, which is how most of us are going. It's very slow and very gradual, but there's a lot of us that they want out. They don't want slow, they don't want gradual, they just want out. And there's a lot of us, but don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Do not kill yourself. Life Excuse me. Life is beautiful. Life is precious. The world is amazing. I had to create some memory so I could continue speaking. I will put an SD card in this phone so I'd be able to make videos when I travel for a long period of time. I've had a chance to compose myself. The world is beautiful. Life is precious. I still have lots of questions that I'd like to answer. More inquiries and questions. I went into my own head. I just saw the phone so I can talk. But this is what I'm saying. Just the mere fact of just doing that just sunk me into my head so much. Just so I can finish fucking speaking. This is what I'm saying. Just day-to-day life. Just fucking mundane bullshit that just sucks you in, and it's so subtle. It's ever so. If you remember in my earlier videos, I would hate interruptions. Absolutely hate them. I like the video just to be flowing smooth, but real life happens and the phone fucks up. It's a new phone as well, so I'm trying to get used to it. So this is good test for me to know when it fucks up. And memory and blah blah blah. But I've got a shit ton of shorts on there which I've made, so it's like, yeah. Anyway, the point is, there's so many things very subtle that's gonna fucking distract you and fucking keep you off mission. But if you're staying here, don't kill yourself. And just keep pushing forward. And don't let them think that you're crazy, because you're not. They are brainwashed. And they're taught to think a certain way. There's an agenda, and there's a hymn sheet, and they're all taught to sing off that hymn sheet. And anyone that doesn't conform is punished. And it's come to the point where it's just apparent in my day-to-day life, and I can no longer function and just be me to be here, and that is a red flag for me. But if you are staying, just out of principle, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not going to do it. I've decided. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to kill myself. And it's not going to enter my head as an option. When my time is up, my time is up. And that's really weird, because you can watch this video even if I'm not here. Like right now I'm alive, but this video will live on the internet and you'll hear my words, and it'll be like I'm still with you, even if I'm dead right now. But when my time is up, my time is up. But for the moment, it's all about life, baby. It's all about life. L-I-F-E. And living. L-I-V-I-N. Choose life. Choose life. Not just to exist, but choose to live. Have intentions. Feel what you're doing. Don't just do things and be dead when you're doing them. And just, this is what I have to do, so I'm doing it. Let's just get it done. No, break out. Snap out of it. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And it takes time to figure out what you want to do, because if you've only done like 1 or 2 things, then how do you know what you want to do? So you have to try a lot of things, and it's going to take time because you've got to put in hours. You've got to, 10 toes, you have to pound the streets, like you have to. You have to get out here. I'm just here. I'm here. I always used to say I treat these videos as my ABE. And if you don't know what that is, it's achieving best evidence. And it's basically where the police would have a house, and it would be a normal house, but it would have cameras in it, so you could sit down and talk in an environment which was like a house, but they could still record what you're saying just like a normal interview. And it's used when people are vulnerable or they've had a bad thing happen to them, so interviewing them at a police station wouldn't be appropriate, or it wouldn't be safe, or whatever reason. And I always say my videos have always been that, you know, because I'm not uploading for YouTube. I'm uploading for people. You know, I make videos for people. I mean, I enjoy making the video. It's for me. I mean, that's probably the only thing I do consciously that I can say is for myself, because even if no fucker was here, I'd still run around with a camera, you know, and it'd be like, fuck it, you know, it doesn't matter if anyone sees it, you know, maybe one day one person will find it and they'll watch it, and that would be enough, one viewer, you know. But in the digital world, it's like, oh, you only had one view, you know, but it's like, fuck it, I'm not trying to, you know, it's like capturing what you see and then somebody else being able to be like, oh, what did you see, you know, and then looking at what you've seen. It's a very powerful thing, very powerful thing. And we just fucking, oh look, just like stupid shit, just taking pictures of. But yeah, good content is coming. Good content is here. It's already here. I do block a lot of it out, but yeah, it's here. The reason I would say that is because if I was to ever become famous and my videos were to be seen by millions, because I'm already famous, like I'm already famous, but not in a Kanye West way, but in a way that's like, I've already spoken to millions of people, you know. And this is the thing, it's like, this is what I was trying to explain to someone the other day about my videos. It's like, it does not affect me. Like, the validation that I get, that I need, is in real life, like, and I get that just naturally because of how I am. I don't need to. This is what I mean about the internet and social media. Everyone's their own main character and wants to be a movie star, and it's like, no, like, no, you're full of shit, so fuck off. Like, you don't need a platform. Like, sure, you have one because freedom of speech and I can say what. No, mate, you're full of shit. Fuck off. Like, get off the stage. Like, you know, if social media was a real place, like, you'd be booed off stage. Like, you'd have shit thrown at you. Like, fuck off. Like, why are you talking shit for? Like, no one would sit in a room with you. So it's like, I know that I can hold a room. And if you don't know me and you've never seen me hold a room, it's going to be like, oh, what the fuck's this guy on about? You know? But I know I can hold a room. I can have 100 people in a room and I can hold it. And no one will interrupt. They'll ask questions, but they're not going to interrupt. So for me to be saying, oh, well, I don't get millions of views on a YouTube video is silly, because I can easily get people in real life. You know, I get 30 views consistently on my videos. They will go up after like 2 or 3 months into like 200-300 views, which is good. Like, I'm not knocking the views. I'm not saying, oh, I don't give a fuck about people watching my videos. What I'm saying is, like, in real life, like, I speak to way more people in real life about what I'm talking to you about than on video, you know? So it's like, I already get the validation. So this is just a bonus. This is just another place where I can talk and just talk to more people, you know? If I'm sat in the car and it's like, fuck, I'm not in somewhere social, there's not 100 people around me, I can just come on here and 100 people can watch me on here, you know? But if you're posting online, then depending on what you're talking about, can be censored. you know. So, but when I'm in the street, for now, I can say whatever I want, you know. But yeah, if I was to ever become famous, all of my videos would be used against me in court, you know, and that's how it would be. And that's what annoys me about losing my footage and people stealing from me, because it's like, if I ever done something wrong or became famous, then suddenly everyone would find that footage and they'll put it online and be like, oh, look, here's a exclusive of blah blah blah. I mean, there's not bad things on my SD cards at all. It's nothing that's going to get me sent to jail. It's just my footage, you know. It's my videos I wanted to share with you guys, and it's like, it's worthless to you. You don't even know what you're fucking looking at. So that's why I say ABE, because it's only the fact that people comment, and every now and again will comment something deep, or they'll message me something deep, why I think that YouTube is a real place. Otherwise, I just think that people are just watching and that's it. Like, but I don't think they actually understand what I'm saying. Like, I don't believe that they actually understand it. Even in person, I have a really hard time trying to believe what's real, what's not, and deciphering people. Like, it's very tricky for me. So on the internet, it's like it's not even a real place. Like, I'm still conscious. I still align myself as if I would in person online, but I don't feel it's a real place. I wouldn't suddenly just start talking shit and be like, oh, and then think it's just the internet. No, but yeah, I mean what I say, and I know it's going on the internet, but it's like, are you actually hearing me? I don't know. Are you even listening? No idea. No idea. This might just be a therapy session for myself, you know, and I'm just sat here talking to myself in my car, which is essentially what I'm doing, you know, which is why I don't like uploading, because it's not real. I'm just here. I've been emotional. They've been real emotions. And I've been conscious of those emotions as if I'm in front of a crowd, you know, but I'm not. I'm on my own. I'm sat in my car. Hove Lawns. And the ocean is not the same. It's brown. So, and that's another thing. You look at the ocean, it's like green and brown. And it's like, I'm done. That's it. I'm not killing myself. And I'm not joining the fucking militia. I'm not turning terrorist. None of that. None of that. I'm going to be me. I'm going to bang just off being me. That's it. What's the brand? The brand is fucking me. That's it. Some days the brand will be looking all new and shiny. You know, you might think I've turned on you and gone all corporate and commercial because I'm looking like a department store. And there's sometimes you'll see the brand and you're like, fuck, is that the same brand? It looks like a squat. But I'm still me. I'm always just me. I'm the same fucking person. I know who I am. I know who I fucking am. I know who I am. I'm going to keep you updated. If you're there. I don't know.